Everybody little tapping with the pot.
Y'all tune into the Pop Podcast. And guess what? There's an episode of me on
and
it.
you are tuned into the Pot Podcast.
And with the Pop Podcast with my boy Tigmatic. You hear me? It's going down.
To follow the Pot Podcast with Tigmatic.
That's that number one.
That's that number one.
Muslim dying family, free kill king. One for your brother, what you want for yourself. One for your sister, what you want for yourself.
Hey king, I got it.
Chia, a rapper and a shooter like Shia Ali.
Right.
A hustler and a Muslim like Sheikh Ali.
Wallahi.
West Side King, I don't need ID. They killed my little cousin, damn PIP. Peace in paradise. I'm on the block like a pair of dice. I treat these products like a pair of Nikes. I'm Ramadan sober, I got my bands right. Black Koofy, black Dickie, that's what I wear at night. I did it for the fam, I ain't stingy. My wife won properties, my son won Balenci's. 2,000 for the jeans, the Thobe custom Fendi. When Meek was chasing his dream, I was chasing the Benji. Bird gang, I'm like the Jimmy of my city, black excellence. I'm like the Diddy of my city.
Take that.
West Philly, I'm the mayor around there. Watch your body, you can get air around there. Can I ding? Can I ding?
I'm on my dean, nigga.
Can I ding?
I know some rich Muslims keep prayer rugs in the back of the Rolls Royces, nigga. Prayer rugs on the yacht.
Can I ding?
What's up, nigga? Eastside blood, you know how we giving it up. Capo. My nigga leaves his gun in his car when he jump out, go to the mosque and pray. He got ops, so COVID is the excuse to use his mask and pray. Hear that? The imam gonna tell you the same thing that the pastor say. I got Muslim brothers want me take my shahada just like Cassius Clay. Lord forgive us, cause we been out here getting cash off, yay. I've been lost in the street like Tom Hanks in the Castaway. Fucking pretty bitches trying to find me a place to crash and stay in every night. Swear you can hear somebody blast the K. We got whips and chains, but we ain't listening to what Master say. I'm a no-limit soldier. I've been listening to master pay. Wallahi, I'm grateful. I still give thanks when I break fast. Catching me at the light, you can see Ferrari on my brake pads. On my Dean. Prayer rugs in back of the Wraith. I keep a 40 cal that be stashing back of the safe. Listen, scary moment if I'm ever cracking the safe. I know I got one to the head, I got one in the head that's in back of the safe.
Can I ding? Can I ding? Can I ding? Can I ding?
V-Ray's going too hard though. Don't cry, dry your eyes, just wait. When faith is low and trust is hard, just wait. It's like I prayed and I prayed and I prayed some more. It's like the desires of my heart won't on your mind no more. Drowned in the water, couldn't find you, no car, see a boat. Know why you ignoring me, yeah. Seen people blessed with my request, like now you gotta be teasing. Telling myself it's in due season, like I'm really believing. My blessing came once I realized delayed for a reason. You not hear me, yeah. Don't cry, dry your eyes, just wait. When faith is low and trust is hard, just wait.
Never plan ahead, live up in the moment. Put my trust in God, cause he never leave me lonely. I was trusting in my homies till he showed me they won't for me. I just wait on God, cause he'll remove them. Man of many talents, I just try my best to use them. Gotta feel my purpose, if I don't, my life was useless. This a different type of music, but who else will built to do this? I just wait on God and let him use me. When faith get low and trust get hard, don't cry, wait on God, on God, on God, on God.
Don't cry, dry your eyes, just wait. When faith is low and trust is hard, just wait. Made up my mind that I can't be outside his will. That I'ma do nothing but trust him despite how I feel. When your emotions don't change your confession, it's real. You gotta keep your faith strong. That's the simplest I know. Guard what you look at and what you let between your ears. God good, his showers of comfort outweigh all your stress. It's true, I had to share this good news to all my peers. Your timing, not his timing, and the spirit I heard him say. If he didn't do it, no, it's not because it couldn't be done. You just weren't mature enough to handle it. And he ain't just gonna bless anyone. Wait on God. Don't cry, dry your eyes, just wait on God. When faith is low and trust is hard, just wait on God.
Yo, what's up, y'all? You're now tuned in to another episode of the Podcast with Tigmatic. Happy Saturday, y'all. I know it's usually stirring the pot on Saturday, but we don't got an artist. We got something different. This is the season of Black women are divine upon us. I'm sorry. And as always, this episode was brought to you by Collywood TV, Collywood Radio, Dollar Radio, Going In Radio, 105.7 The Phase, www.demanibrand.com, and www.norshademooreboutique.com. We moving and booming. Hey, listen, I'm feeling great on this Saturday. I hope you are too. And listen, I have my guest. My guest is an awesome soul. She's very kind, very loving, and she's a Black woman that's divine. So we bring it on the show today, y'all. Listen, she does a lot. I'm gonna let her tell y'all herself, but she is one of my comrades in Grassroots, BLM Grassroots Metro, Boston Metro, and she's going to tell y'all a lot, y'all. So without further ado, I give y'all my guest, my friend, Nana Deborah Mitchell. What's going on, Nana?
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you. Good to be here. Child. Good to be here.
All right.
Nana's
So
in the house.
I like to let my guests give themselves a formal introduction. This is why the solo cam is on you right now. So, in the spirit of Black women are divine, the floor is yours, Queen. Introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Deborah Younger Mitchell. I live in Natick, Massachusetts, and I am the lead organizer for Boston Metro Grassroots.
Hey.
And I'm one of Tigmatic's comrades. We met on convening in LA. I also I'm also an author of children's books and author a lot of different books. And I'm also the founder of Natick for Black Lives Matter, which is where I live, for 40 minutes from Boston. So I do a lot, like Tig says. Yeah.
Round of applause for Nana. All right. So like I said, it's good seeing you, Nana. And how you feeling today?
I'm feeling all right. Thanks for coming. Would you like me to call you Tigmatic or Tig?
Just call me Tig. Tig.
Because I have made up a nickname for you. You made up Nana for me. Well, I call you Tigomatic.
All right.
But I'll call you Tig. How you like that?
Yeah, everybody calls me Tig, or in our organization, everybody call me Brother Tig. So
all right, Brother Tig. That sounds
either
good.
one. Tig or Brother Tig.
I like the handle. Okay.
All right.
So what do you want to know?
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. So let's talk about early beginnings before we get into questions about the activism and everything like that. I want people to get to know you, and one of the ways to do that is to let you speak and tell who you are. So you were born in Early Branch, South Carolina, right?
No, I was not.
Okay. So where were you born?
I was born in Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Yes.
Okay, so you grew up there?
No, my dad was in the Navy, and I was born on the Navy base.
Okay, so tell us what was growing up on the Navy base like.
Well,
break that down a bit.
I had 3 sisters, and we were all born on the Navy base, but I was only like 2-3 months. Then we left, and I moved back to Boston. So I have no recollection of the Norfolk, Virginia at all.
Okay.
But that's where I was actually born. My dad was in the Navy. So after that, we moved to Boston, and I was raised in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, so what was growing up in Boston like?
Well, my family in Boston were civil rights activists, and that's how come I got to be the Boston Metro lead. So I grew up, first of all, we lived in the project, Bromley Heath, now named after my aunt, Mildred C. Haley. And I didn't stay there for long, so we moved to Roxbury. They built a new complex called, forget the name of it, the Academy Homes. And then when I was 13, we moved to Mattapan. My dad, he had got a house from the Navy. What do they call it? The Navy gives them they give them a scholarship, some type of compensation. So he was from the Navy, so he bought a house, and we moved to Mattapan when I was 13. I have
cool.
3 sisters and a brother, and I'm the second oldest.
Okay, second oldest. All right.
Yep.
So,
yep,
that's pretty cool. And how did your upbringing shape the woman that you are today?
Well, my parents were very big into education. And so when I was in my teens, 13, 14, 15, I went to an exam school. It was one of the best exam schools in Boston, Boston Latin Academy. It was an all-girls school.
Okay.
And I got bored there. So I asked my dad if I could go to Medco, where my sisters were. And I went there, and Lexington High School, which was a good school too, but it was co-ed, and it was sort of like a high school campus. There was a lot of activities, and when you fortunately, when you're Black, you get tracked. I don't know if you know about tracking system, but
tell me about it.
So I was in all AP classes, and it was just a very, very, very competitive high school, Boston Academy. But when I transferred to the Lexington, they tracked me. And so I wasn't in the AP classes anymore because I was Black. They didn't care to see, well, what was my AP, what was my aptitude for things. They just put me in the lowest of the low or the medium classes. And so I bilingual. So I was getting all A's on the test.
Smarter than a lot of kids.
Yeah, I was probably smarter than teacher. So they realized that they had tracked me, and they put me in the appropriate class. But that's what they do. When you're Black, they track you. They just put you in, remedial classes or classes that they think you're not, smart enough to go into AP. So I ended up taking a few AP classes on my own. Then I graduated from there, and I got to go to Tufts. I got a scholarship to Tufts University in Medford. So I lived out in Medford on the campus. My sister also, who's a lawyer, she went to Tufts. She went a year ahead of me.
Oh, that's awesome.
From there, I applied to the Tufts in Paris program in my senior year. So I spent 3.5 months abroad living in Paris. And that was wild, let me tell you.
So what was it like? I know, growing up in Boston, there was a lot of racism then. So
yeah,
tell us a bit about like what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, I can't see you. It's like I'm talking to myself. Where are you?
Well, during the show, I have to give you the solo cam because this is a TV show. You got to remember that. So it's going to be moments where the camera's just on you. And then it'll be moments where it's like this, where we're talking.
Solo cam time?
Yeah. So this is the moment where you shine. And in the spirit of Black women are divine.
All right,
we're going to shine the light on you. So
I got kind of messed up.
Continue. So just know I'm here while you're talking, and
Okay.
although the camera's on you, I'm still here. All right.
All right. Good.
All right.
All right.
So tell us a bit more.
I grew up as a Christian, and when I was 13, I dedicated my life to the Lord, and I was pretty religious as a youngster. When I went to college, I was in the Tufts. I was in the mountains praying with the Tufts prayer groups, and everybody else was partying in the Capon House and all those fraternity. I never went to the parties. I was always, reading my Bible, studying and stuff. So when I got to Paris, it was a different story for me. So, I came back from Paris. We had a little bit too much fun.
Wait, what was Paris like? Tell us a bit.
When I went to Paris, Brother Tig, I thought, let me go out here. And like I said, my family was very into education and things like that. So they were like, okay, you want to go to Paris? Just go ahead, and it was my idea. It wasn't anybody else's idea. Like I said, I studied French in junior high. I studied French in high school, and then I was also studying African American studies, and so I went to Paris. But first of all, the woman that I stayed with, she asked me what part of Africa I was from, and I'm not from Africa. I'm from America, but they don't have the they don't have that viewpoint. They just think they lump you all in one basket. So I had to go through that. I had to educate people when I got out there, and so it's still racist too, in Paris. So I ran into some racist, and one of the things I did learn about Paris is you better learn how to speak French. If you can't speak French good, they'll turn your noses down at you. But I was able to speak French. I became fluent in French, actually. But, when I got home, I did too much partying. I didn't party at Tufts, but I partied a little bit in Paris. So I got in trouble, and I almost didn't make it home back to America. So when I got home, I was a good girl leaving to go into Paris. When I got back, I was not so good girl, and I didn't want to share my adventures to anyone, and I didn't have anyone to talk to about some of the things that happened, and running into the wrong guy, So I ended up crashing, and we'll talk about mental health because I ended up having a full-blown breakdown when I got from Paris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't just because of my parents were going through a divorce, and then I really didn't have anybody to talk to. One of the reasons why I experienced a mental breakdown was because I came home with a 30-page paper in French to finish.
Wow, that's impressive.
I finished it too. I was just talking to my aunt who helped me. She kicked my boyfriend out. She said, "Come on, you got to finish this paper. Stop hugging and kissing on the couch. Get out." Threw my boyfriend out. So we ended up finishing the paper. And this was my second semester, senior year. So I had a lot of stress. I had to finish classes, and I finished the paper. I had to graduate, and I just said, I can't do it. I ended up on medication, and I ended up having to go to a hospital. Let's just be real. I have a TV show called Keeping It Real. So if you want to keep it real, let's keep it real. So I ended up, and now when I went to, I know why you got me on this show. You want to get the goodies. Goodies. So when I went to the hospital, now here's another level of racism. So people think about the prison system and how all the black men are going to prison and stuff. They got the mental health system too. They got us coming and going. If you mental health is another way you get the black folks too. So I was having a breakdown, and they ended up not seeing me to treat me for like an hour or two. And then when I did finally get treatment, they put me in the general population in the hospital with people that were very well drugged up, put it that way. And I only reason why I got out of that situation is because my family lived down the street from the ABA where they put me. And they said, "Isn't that Mildred Haley's niece?" I said, "Yeah." So they got me out and got me the right treatment in the right section of the hospital where I can get the right
awesome.
care. So I wrote a book
I can relate. I can relate, Nana, because at one point in time, after getting shot in the head, you know my story already. We're not going to go too much into that. But after, what happened to me when I got down here in North Carolina, I was kind of like going through a mental breakdown. So I know what that's like,
Yeah.
And sometimes we go through things that people just don't understand. And when we're going through it, it's hard to explain it.
It is. Yes, I do.
It's very hard to explain. So when it comes down to trying to establish a correction of yourself, sometimes you might just need that help. And I had to check myself in. I wasn't in for a long time, but
it's all right. It's all right. Yeah,
I was in. And
I understand.
They helped me. They evaluated me for a little while, and then after a while, they let me out. And that, sometimes we just need that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So here's my next question to you.
Okay, let me just add on to that because I didn't know your story. I'm just finding out this part of your story. But one of the things that we don't do in the mental health as patients or mental health people, we don't think we need medicine. Like they put me on a lot of medicine.
That's true.
They put me on medicine. I was diagnosed with bipolar. Let's just get to the nitty and the gritty. And depression. But, I was 20, 21, 22, and I didn't want to be on medicine. I took myself off of these little blue pills, Stelazine. I took myself off the medicine, and I ended up back in the hospital. So I'm very clear. I'm a proponent of taking your medicine. If you need it, take it. Don't be ashamed of that. I just wanted to add that because the mind needs care too. People don't think about it, but the mind is something that you have to care for. You have to realize that the stress and the rest, the proper medications that you might need. So I still take medicine, but I take it faithfully. I take it regularly. I have a psychiatrist, and if I need to jump back into some mental health clinic or something, I'll get a tweaking. But I try to live stress-free, and I dedicated my life back to God, prayer, meditation, all that stuff is good.
That's the best way to go, Nana.
Yes.
You know that. Just like I know that. That's the best way to go. It's kind of the same for me. I have a psychiatrist as well. I have a therapist. I talk to her. And I have some medicine that I have to take as well, and I'm not ashamed of that.
That's good.
Because to be honest, with PTSD, life is kind of crazy sometimes. And
yes.
Some people don't understand that, but for those that do, they do, and it's all good. But
Amen.
I gave my life to Christ as well, which is why there is a change, and I'm on the road that I'm on, activism and everything as well. So here's my next question.
Good.
Now, you're the only daughter, right?
No, I have 3 sisters.
Oh, you have 3 sisters. Okay.
Yep, I have 3 sisters and only one brother. He's the youngest. Yeah. And they're all spread out. I got married. I was married. I ended up getting divorced. I have a daughter.
Okay.
And she lives over there in California. So I basically have a community that that supports me. I have friends, and I actually I found out about this clubhouse that I belong to. That I have a what do you call those people that come in? I have a mental health specialist that comes to visit me weekly.
You said exactly what it is. A specialist.
They call them. Yeah, they come Yeah, they do all that. So
Yeah, I have a peer person myself.
you're
So
a peer specialist?
yeah,
Oh
peer
boy.
support.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
have peer
that's cool.
support as well. And
I'm gonna be I'm going into training to be a peer support. I want to
and
be
that's like the
one.
next road I'm about to be on too.
Really?
See, we have more in common than a
Oh, I
little bit,
know. Now
Nana.
I know why you got me on the show.
All right.
All
So
right,
let
man.
me ask you. I want to ask you, what were some things that your mom and dad taught you that stick with you today?
One of the things my mother said, she passed in 2022, October, September 16th. Stay with the Lord. That's the only thing that seems to work for you. And
She wasn't lying.
if you saw my mother, you'd see me. I look exactly like my mom. She taught me to write my writing. I'm a writer, and my dad, he taught me how not to live in fear. You can't be afraid. You
Yeah.
gotta face fear, and kindness. Um, be about something. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body, your health, things like that. You know. And one thing my mother said, black people are one big family. She's one big family, black folks. I like that. So, and they were activists too. They were community activists, and so I learned a lot from them because of the activism that they had. So, like Jesse Jackson's kids, they were always at the marches and things like that. We had community meetings in our house, and we learned Black history as young adults, and we did those kind of things, and that's what I learned. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So what's one of the main things that you would say from the activism that your parents did that you incorporated into your chapter in grassroots?
I think it's the lifelong learning aspect of things. I also have a organization called Natick for Black Lives Matter, and what I do, I just started a Saturday school. My aunt Mildred, she was known as the mother of the housing development projects. She was known. She went around and the project, the people in the housing development, they weren't getting services. The windows were broken. The people weren't taking out the trash. So they decided that they would they'd do it themselves. And were the first tenant-run management program in the country. And so my aunt, she went around, she did speeches about housing. So our motto was, "We are family." It was Jesse Jackson all over again. Just because you live in the slums or in the project doesn't live in you. And
That's
we
right.
had doctors and lawyers and all kinds of people that and we made it a home. We beautified it. So that's really what now that I'm thinking, I'm putting it all full circle. We were taught that we were somebody, and that's what my mantra is. So I teach African American history, and my life's work now is along with the grassroots is to teach the younger generation, to let them know what's going on in the country. Why are we at war with Iran? Why did they roll back all these programs? It's because of this is what's going on. You got to know your history.
So how did studying African American studies influence your understanding of community and others?
Well, I come from a background, international background. I worked at a company called Oxfam America. It's an NGO. Okay. So I actually went to Africa too. So after I was sick, I got out of the hospital and I went back to school because I had to drop out of Tufts in my senior year. And I went back to school after a year. I graduated. I got my bachelor's degree, in child studies with a minor in French. And then I went to an organization called Oxfam America, and I became ultimately the regional administrator for the Africa region. And so
that's awesome.
Yeah,
hold on. Before you even finish that,
okay,
I gotta give you a round of applause for that.
Oh no,
that's awesome.
So yes, I have a global perspective of the world.
That's awesome.
Met people from Peru. I met people from Guatemala. I met Ethiopians, Nigerians. And so I was, because of my French background, I was the West Africa regional assistant. So
that's awesome.
And if you don't travel, I worked in overseas. If you don't travel, you get to get in a lottery. And I won the lottery. I think they just wanted me to go over there and check out the programs. So they gave me the trip. I went to West Africa. Brought my husband, and we went to Senegal and the Gambia. A week in Senegal and a week in Gambia. So because of my background, I had studied the Negritude movement. Do you know about that movement?
No, ma'am. Tell me about it a bit.
The Negritude movement is started in, basically, it was French. And I think it was Camus and all these French scholars. And so what Negritude does is it's just it's like a Pan-Africanism perspective on things. So I studied that. I studied a lot of French presidents, African presidents, Senghor, Sado, Sagat. And so when I went to Africa, it just put my perspective into place going to Africa.
Oh, that's awesome, because being in a different country definitely gives you a different outlook on the world, like you said. And what's one thing that you could say is different between the two that you've seen that probably could be better here as Africa versus America?
Well, there's quite a bit of poverty in Africa, what I experienced. There was a lot of poverty, but I also saw the pride in the people. I went to a village in Africa. I didn't know that they still had villages, but they do. People just go about their business, doing their little clothes, putting up their clothes and taking care of their families. We actually got to sit opposite the chief of the village.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we got to, I guess we got a blessing from him. But one of the things in Africa is that the spirit is rich. The people, they might not have a lot, but they have the spirit. They have a richness about them in their spirit. There's a grace on them that we lack, actually. And so even they could look at us like, oh my God, you got all this stuff, you're still not happy. But God's graced them with the grace to go through what they have to go through. There's a lot of grace. And now it's funny. I'll give you a funny story. I think that I know everybody and what countries they're from in Africa, because I was Africa regional assistant. So I saw this guy and I says, you're from Senegal. I said, you're Senegalese? He goes, no, I'm from Uganda. But I swore he was Senegalese, but he wasn't. But I know
they're big on which part or which country they're from, because people don't realize in Africa it's countries within countries. It's not it's not states.
No, but I can tell somebody by the way they look if they're from Kenya or if they're from Ethiopia. I can generally tell. That time I was off. But I thought that was hilarious because I was hey, listen. But now there's a shift because the people in Africa, I told you I have a mobile clinician. She's from Uganda. Her name is Rhoda. And we have the best time. So now I know, she's the boss. She's anyway. So if she just got back from Africa, she says, Deb, they don't want to come to America. People don't want to come to America now. When I went to Africa, oh, Brother Tig, they wanted to come to America so bad. Everybody wanted to come to America. But with this new regime, the president, who,
Yeah.
they don't want to come here. They don't
Who
want to.
who would blame them? It's
The way they treat people.
Yeah.
Right? So when I went to Oxfam, I also did fast for the World Harvest. You know what that is?
Tell me about it.
Okay, I worked at Oxfam for 10 years, and they paid pretty good salaries over there too. Back in the day, I was racking in the dough. So fast for World Harvest, you have to every college campus fasts on one day, and they donate all the money to Oxfam. So you got to get the packages out. So I have a lot of like grassroots experience in my background.
OG in the game.
OG.
That's right. OG. I wish OG could be here with you today, but
I know. OG said she wasn't coming out. She was not prepared.
That's okay.
But
okay.
I enlisted
Maybe
OG.
next time.
I enlisted OG, and I said, OG, I'm getting tired. You're gonna have to take over soon. But she's I don't know if she's going to, but she's here. She's with me. She's really
That's
good.
Okay. Listen, as long as y'all
12.
continue the good fight.
OG has
all
11
good.
brothers and sisters.
Really?
Yeah, my grandpa and grandma had 12. They're down to 6. But
okay. I only come from a family of 4, and my baby brother died. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. And your mother recently passed.
Yes, in September. Last September.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah.
Your work focuses on uplifting families and children. What mental health challenges do you see affecting families today?
There's a lot of single parenting in the Black families, a lot of broken homes. I think economics, people are losing benefits. Elderly people are losing Medicare. Other people are losing food stamps. People are finding it hard just to make ends meet.
Yeah, those things definitely negatively affect the mind. I agree.
I think that the social media is bad too. I think that, like, when I had a daughter, my daughter, I wouldn't let her go on Facebook when she was growing up. I was just like, you can't have a Facebook account. Probably snuck and had one anyway, but it's not good. I don't think it's good for kids to spend too much time. I'm grown now, so I spend all day on Facebook because all my people in Boston. I live here with 2% Black people, so I got to connect with my folks. Oh my God. Now what else?
Yeah.
Dinner soon.
Go ahead.
I gotta get my dinner soon. What time is it? Okay, go ahead. So no, I ended up being more like a mental health advocate as well. I joined the organization called NAMI, the National Association of Mental Illnesses. I'm part of that, and every year we do a walk. We walk for mental health. I forget the name of it. It's a mental health walk every year. Like I said, I'm trying to be a peer specialist, and so that's pretty much part of my what I do. So in terms of the Black Women Are Divine, I'm focusing on Black mental health. Actually, it's a good thing you asked because I'm going to be doing this at the clubhouse. Can you believe it?
That's awesome.
Isn't that dope?
Yes, it
Do
is.
you still say that? Or right back? Is that another generation? Dope.
Nah, listen, that's universal. That's all around all generations. Whoever says it is whoever says it. I mean, it started with my generation, but
some people still say it. What's the thing?
It's become universal.
Okay, so I'm doing. That's what I love about this. I am doing this at the clubhouse, and there are women in the clubhouse with mental illnesses that I'm honoring. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You know, mental
Yeah.
health is definitely something that needs to be talked about more amongst men and women. And
Yes.
for
Yeah.
Black women are divine. When you get a circle of women to talk about the things that they're going through, or
Yeah.
whatever complexities there are, it's awesome. So,
Sure, it is.
why do you believe mental health conversations are important in faith communities?
All right. See, now we're getting into some good stuff. Do you know the man that did Total Praise? He just passed away. Richard Smallwood. He did the I give my all in total praise to you. It's like the anthem. It's like the Black American anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he just died.
Rest
He
in peace.
he was a maestro of gospel music. And he's you know the song by Whitney who's I love the Lord. I'll hasten to his throne. You know, I'm a singer too. I sing and I sing gospel music. So anyway, this guy just died and I bought the book. It's called Total Praise. That was his famous song. In the book, he said he had mental health issues. I wouldn't think of that. I didn't know that he did. I never thought that he would, in 100 years that he did. And he talked openly about it. He said he was a caretaker to his mom, different things like that. And he just had like mental health issues. And he takes medicine, and he says mental health should be in the churches. Everybody thinks that you could just pray things away. And praying is good. Yes, I believe in prayer. But he mentioned that we need to have mental health specialists in the churches. Do you agree with me on that?
I would agree with that, but I will also agree that prayer does work, but it also has to do with wanting to create change within oneself. You know, this is what pastors and preachers and the Bible talks about a lot. You know, we can't just stop doing what we're doing. You have to change from within in order for it to reflect on the outside.
Yeah, well, how do you do the change from within without any support? Is that's my question to you.
Submission.
Exactly.
Submission. You know, it's as clear as day. You know, submit to God, admit you have a problem, and then work on changing whatever the issue is.
But you know what? I was just watching a program about the Black church. It was on the Black church. People aren't going to church like they used to, and especially young people. They're not going to church. When I grew up, that's one thing I forgot to tell you. I grew up in a church. Easter, we had the Easter dresses, the Easter bonnets. Everybody went to church on Easter. People, did your generation, people your age, do they go to church?
I went to church. Yes, I did.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about other people.
Well, my generation, some people in my generation that I knew, some of them did, but some of them didn't. You know, and that has to do with the faith in the household. You know, what they're taught.
Yes.
You know, and if there's no faith taught, you're going to grow up without faith. So, you know, that all has to do with, you know, some people, they go through things and they blame God for it without looking at themselves in the mirror, you know, and that goes on a lot with all of us. And that's no matter what religion, the religion's going to tell you the same thing. It's not your creator, it's you.
Well, you know, we had COVID now. And remember, we couldn't go to church. A lot of people didn't want to go out. They want to go to church in COVID. We had church online.
Right. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. And people can still do that.
And so,
you know?
And so I'm back to this program about Black church and the changing, shifting nature of Black church. So one pastor mentioned when COVID hit, some people didn't, was it 4 years? So if you was 8 years old and you didn't go to church at all during COVID, so that was like you missed a bunch. You missed a lot of years. So all I'm saying is that there's a shift. I grew my daughter up in the church. I don't know if she goes. I tell you the truth. I don't know if she goes. I don't know if she knows the Lord. I think maybe she just watches it. I don't even go as much as I used to go. I don't live in Boston anymore. I live in Natick, so it's like a big drive to get to church. And I like the black church, so I did it. Yeah.
Here's something that people have to realize. Church isn't the building.
It's you.
Church is not the building.
What is church?
Church is
we
the
are
people.
the church. We are the church.
Church isn't the building. You can have church with 3 people. You can have church with 2 people.
Yes, but the reason
people
why
have this misconception. There's a misconception going on. And that's why we have to really see true understanding of what God's word is saying.
I'm Nana. You leave me alone. I'm Nana.
I'm not trying to preach. I'm just telling it like it is. You know what I'm saying? That's a misconception. Church is not the building. Church is the people.
Yes.
And that's what Jesus tells us. The more you read the Bible, the more you'll learn it. That's all I'm gonna say, and that's all I'm gonna, I'm gonna leave that there.
I understand it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a misconception. That's all. I just wanted to keep it. As you can see, I know a little something.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that church is the build. I'm not saying that you have to go to church to experience God, because once you get saved and everything, like you filled with the Holy Spirit and everything, you are the church. You can connect with other believers outside of church. But the reason the Bible says, don't forsake assembling together. You have to assemble together with other believers.
That's why I said it's not the building, it's the people.
I'm just saying, but most people assemble together in church, and people don't do that anymore as they used to.
Because that's religion. And those that follow Jesus was against religion. And people got to remember that. If you follow Jesus Christ, I'm just going to say this. If you follow Jesus Christ, you got to understand and read in the Bible that he was against religion.
You're talking to the choir. You're preaching to the choir, so you don't have to preach to me. Go ahead and the next question.
You know, I mean, I'm just going off what you said, so I'm just corresponding off what you're saying.
No, I don't want I don't want to get off into like debating the Bible.
No, we're not debating. We're not debating. I'm just spitting some facts out there. That's all. If we're going to talk about it, you mentioned it. Hold on, Miss Deb. Hold on. You mentioned it, right? So because you mentioned it, I'm just responding. Now, it's okay if you might not like the response.
No, I do like the response. I think we're saying the same thing. You can fellowship with people without being in church. 2 or 3 can fellowship, and you can fellowship inside the church with
many.
Church.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying about what you said about the statement as far as how people don't go to church no more. But I also wanted to be clear that, that's what Jesus was talking about. It's a lot of people that come together in the building, but they ain't living right. So that's the bigger thing that you have to separate. You got to separate from religion and the actual laws. So when it comes to that, so now we're going to get into the next question. You know what I'm saying? Because I could talk about that all day.
Okay. I understand.
All right. So
I can learn too. I'm not saying I can't learn something.
And that's a good thing, because to be honest, there have been times in life where the older generation shunned the younger generation that learned things that some of y'all didn't learn.
That's right.
So to say that, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I really can learn. I love talking to the younger generation and learning.
Yeah.
That's what's
absolutely. Just like I love learning from the older generation because y'all experienced things and went through things that we simply just didn't go through.
So
and have no idea what it was like.
So let me just ask you, do you know who Jesse Jackson was?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So do you know the breath? And because I was listening, I just had church in my house because did you see his services?
No, I didn't see his service. I actually was busy the day of his service.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't get to see it. But I can go on YouTube and look at it.
Yeah, because they
which
had
I probably plan on doing real soon. I'm just not ready for that sadness yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't sad. I was kind of depressed today, tell you the truth. I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm tired. I don't know. I was just tired. And then my phone came on. It was all these people singing at Jesse Jackson's memorial service. They had church. Some people was fired up. And I get out the bed. I said, I feel good now. And so I was just mentioning that because when I grew up, I knew who Jesse Jackson was because he was like, you are somebody and stuff. And when he died, I really love Jesse. I have a love for him. I don't know if you feel that way. Did you feel like you grew up with Jesse Jackson or not really?
Yes. I feel like I grew up with Cornel West,
really?
Jesse Jackson. Yes, because although I am the age I am, I come from my grandmother watched these people constantly growing up, so I sat with her when I was younger, growing up. Now my mom wasn't really into all of that, I'm gonna be honest, but growing up, and then when I was in juvie, I learned about all the prolific figures that were important to the Black community. So I've always been a part of that part of history that cares about our history. I just didn't know how to go about being an activist and things like that. And that's where Melina came in and recruited me and brought me in. So I had a different life. I was a street guy and I'm changing my life. I'm a reformed street guy. So,
I'm learning about
so I'm just thankful for the blessings God gave me.
How and what age range? How old are you? What age range are you?
So I'm 40, I'm 43, I'll be 44.
Okay.
In July.
I'll be 65 in August. So
okay.
So I didn't I have a 43-year-old nephew. He'll be 40. Oh my goodness. He'll be on the 9th. He'll be 45, I think. He'll be 44. Okay. Yeah, so you're like my nephew's age.
Yeah, so I'll be 44 in July.
I put a little perspective into our conversation. Now I can see. Yeah, okay, I can get.
Yeah, so I've been around quite a while to know some things, and I have a great understanding of our African American leaders and who they are and what they mean to us.
Oh wow.
I didn't always grow up with that attitude, but as I begun to get older, you know how it is. You get older, you transition in life and you change. And that's the walk I'm currently on, changing my life.
Yes.
So
good. I'm on a different level where I feel like my years I have a lot of years behind me and less in front of me. Not doom and gloom, but I'm getting in there now. In my, what do you call that? Golden years. I'm going into my golden years now.
Yeah.
You look back over things and you say, oh, wish I did this differently. I want to tell young people, I have a message is that what you do now, is going to affect your life going forward. So make wise decisions. Like my daughter, I tell her, make wise decisions now because, life is short. I mean, not to be doom and gloom, but you do get to a point where it's like, well, but at this age, I'm still doing a lot of things. I started a school here in Natick, an African American Saturday school, and it's once a month, and I have a every other week, every 2 weeks, I do a prayer class, early morning prayer on Songs for Black Lives. I'll send you the book, Songs for Black Lives. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk a bit about WOI, Women of Influence.
Oh wow, that's good.
What inspired you to create Women of Influence?
Yes. Well, I don't know if I sent you the logo, but when I got divorced, I told you I was married, and I got divorced after 22 years of marriage, And I heard the Lord speak to me. He said, you're still a woman of influence, regardless of what you've been through. That's how that came about.
Okay. So tell us a bit more about it.
Well, I started doing, I was working in the bookstore. I went to the largest Black church in Boston called Jubilee. It's a really dynamic church, about 6,000 Black folks, largest Black church. But now they have more different races. So I was working at the bookstore and I was working at the library. So Black authors would come into the bookstore with their books and nobody would buy them. They wouldn't go off the shelf. So I said, well, I'll just start an author talk. Bring your book to the library. I made a flyer and I featured the artist in their book. And I invited everybody. So that was how WOI started. That's how my program started. I started doing programs at the Boston Library. That was one of them.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So right now, Miss Deb, we are at the 1 hour mark. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. So if you need to go to the restroom, make a phone call or anything, do that. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Folks, 105.7 The Phase, Dollar Radio, Collywood TV, Collywood Radio, Going In Radio. We here. I'm sitting here with the lovely Deborah Mitchell. Black women are divine. Black Lives Grassroots. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is Black Lives Matter. We'll be right back. Sit tight, and I'll get back to y'all.
You know I'm serious. I hope you really know what I feel. I know I mess up, baby, that's for sure. I do need you walking out that front door. You ain't leave me. Please believe in me, yeah. And I'ma show you love like you never felt before. Would you mind if I wiped you, baby? Would you mind if I iced you? Want you, baby. trying to feel, baby, for a while. But it's just the same thing. Every night a different plaything.
2025, break down! Ooh, power! 51 shots, break down! Ooh, power! Next thing will be bigger and better. Yeah! 2 times, break down! Ooh, ooh. Where we at?
Outside!
Where we at?
Outside!
Where we at?
Outside!
We want that smoke, where we at?
Outside!
Oh, that was cool.
All right, y'all. We are back. I'm sitting here with Nana. And welcome back for those that were already watching, and for those tuning in. I'm sitting here with Deborah Mitchell, Black Lives Matter, Boston Metro, and Natick for Black Lives. Am I saying that right, Nana?
Yeah, Natick for Black Lives Matter.
Natick for Black Lives. All right, we here. And if you've been watching, it's been very informational. We learned about Nana and you know, her life and some programs that she had for the folks, for the women and for the men. But in the spirit of Black women are divine, I'm highlighting our Black women, and this is one of our Black women. So this is what we're doing. We moving and booming.
Amen.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So
I was going to
We're not going to do a full another hour. We're going to do a half hour more because you already know I got somewhere I got to be.
Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate it. I'm going to make this interesting. This is going to be so interesting. You ready for what I got for you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I got for you.
All right. What you got for me, Nana?
All right. I'm an author, right? Can you see this?
Oh, we going to get into your books, but you got to let me ask my questions about it.
Oh, my God. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got to let me do my format.
All right. Go ahead.
You know, we on my show. I know you do your show, but you got to let me do my show, Nana.
Go ahead. I was trying to make it interesting, more interesting.
Oh, we still going to do that. But, you know, I still got to do my format of my questions. Just like when I watch your show, you be asking your questions. I got to do the same thing. And I know, like you told me earlier, you're not used to doing it like this because you're not the one in the hot seat all the time.
I canceled my show yesterday because I was busy. I canceled it. But I'm on this show, so I'm going to try to be a good guest. I forgot I'm the guest.
All right. So let's get it going. All right. So let's get into Poppin Beans children's books. Now you can go ahead.
You're too much. Let me share with you how Poppin Beans came about. Okay. Now that's a good segue. Just to show you. All right. Let's do it. I'm goofing. I went to my aunt. One of my aunts passed, and so I wanted to write a tribute book for her. So I took a class, a young adult class, and here came the book. My aunt was it's called Poppin Beans. We were all preparing for her homegoing service. That's me. Can you see me cooking chicken, frying chicken?
Yeah.
Nana? That's Nana.
I see you, Nana.
I usually don't fry chicken because I really can't fry chicken, so I'm not a good cook. But it's a labor of love, because the publishing company, Extreme Old Folk Publishing, that's my cousin, my aunt, and they just opened up the children's division. There's coloring pages in the back. They just opened up the children's division. I said, can I share this book with y'all? That's Grandpa. And they said, yes. So that's how I got a book. I got the aspect.
Oh, that's awesome.
In there. I got the church aspect. And all the parents love it because while everybody was helping in the kitchen, my daughter was on the cell phone. I told you about that daggone cell phone.
So what inspired you to write the Poppin Beans children's book series?
Yes.
Break it down a bit.
My aunt had just passed away. My dad had 4 siblings, and the first of his 4 siblings, Aunt Thelma, died. So I was in the class. I took a young adults class, started writing it, and I called it Poppin Beans. It's about the family.
I like the title.
Yeah. It says in the front part, I do story time and stuff, and the kids love the book. Please pass the beans, cuz here you go. I'm all out, said cousin Lynette. And Jasmine, I had to think of an African American name, so the protagonist is Jasmine. Sure, here you go, cuz we still have 2 crates of beans to pop, Jasmine said. And every time I find somebody named Jasmine Crockett, somebody say Jasmine, I said, that's good. Jasmine, her cousin Lynette, sat at the kitchen table popping beans for their great Aunt Mary's homegoing celebration taking place the next day. See? It's based on a true story. So after I did that, and the kids love it, the parents love it, and I actually love this book because my daughter was on the cell phone. I had to tell her, get off the cell phone and let's pop these beans. I got a great story. That's how I ended the book. Then the sequence, George Floyd was murdered. And everybody I found an author. I did Nana Said.
Nana Said.
Yep, Nana Said. And that's my real grandma.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And Nana, Aunt Mildred had the plaque. The best cook in the hood. And Nana's plaque, she was across the street, it said, who's going to help me wash these greens? Okay. Nana had the best collard greens in the county. And she likes
so can you cook good greens in real life?
I can't cook. I don't cook. I write stories.
What? How you got the nickname Nana, but you can't cook?
Y'all gave me that nickname. I don't
name it. Hey, Nana, listen.
Y'all gonna take.
You gotta get acclimated. You gotta take some cooking classes or something. Come on now.
All right, my listen. I got a nephew your age, Chef Ralph.
I can cook too. I'm a chef too. Yes, ma'am. I can cook. I throw down.
Chef Ralph be throwing down. I be eating all Chef Ralph's cooking. That's Nana and my grandmother and my mom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So this one is 3 short stories for older kids, and I'll tell you the names of the stories. I'll give you the origin of collard greens and about her historical note on soul food. I have 3 short stories. The family cookout, because everybody has a cookout. All right, my brother, we all go down there now for the cookout, and then I have Nana's mean collard greens. You want to see Nana? You want to see a picture of Nana as a teenager? Want to see a picture of me as a teenager? And then I have here's Nana's being called. That's me.
Look at young Nana, y'all.
And that's Nana and Nana. And then Nana is at Auntie Peggy's house. And then here I have a baby picture of me. That's my grandpa. That's Grandpa Alfonso Irving. And one last thing I'm going to show you. That's my father, and that's me as a baby. Baby Nana.
Okay.
All right,
what message do you want children to take away from the books?
Yep, the family. It's all about family. Stay close to your family. Love your family. And God always gave me a scripture for each book. Let's see what the scripture on this one is.
I mean, I think you shouldn't give too much sauce away in your book because then people might not want to buy it.
Hush up.
You got to tell them a little bit. That's how you get people to buy the book. You tell them a little bit. You tell them everything that's in the book, then they might not want to go.
All right. So this is the book you want to get too. It crushed me, but I survived. See Nana down the bottom here?
Okay. What's the title of this book?
Destined to Win, Volume 5. It crushed me, but I survived.
Okay, and this is one that you wrote as well?
But it's just a chapter. Everybody writes a chapter. Some women would.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some women couldn't have kids. Some women were people pleasers. Some people had lost their parents and how they had to cope. Some people, and then mine was called "Their Love Lifted Me." I talked about what happened in Paris and how I got over in detail. So you probably this is a good one. And then the final book, I have one called Cousins Christmas. I have 100 first cousins. I don't have the copy,
Wow,
but I will.
you come from a big family.
Yes, 12. On my OG has 11 brothers and sisters, 12 of them.
Wow.
So this one is about my mom. It's called Through My Mother's Eyes. And I wrote a book about my mom, a chapter about my mom. And I'll let you see her because you're going to say, Nana, she looks just like you. There's my mom. And the name of this chapter is Eternal Bond, Endless Love. I just like this book. I didn't write this, but I just like the cover.
That's cool.
I sell things at the farmers market and the African American school. Okay, that's about the books.
So how do your books encourage family values and cultural pride?
Well, there's always a theme about the culture. It's always about the culture. Nanas mean collard greens. We survived off the collard greens as African American people. That was how we survived. There was the juice from the greens. They kept us healthy and strong. Then I have a little bit about the games that we play. I don't know if you know how to play spades. If you don't know how to play spades, I might take you.
I definitely know how to play spades. You don't want to get spanked, Nana.
I want to take the black card. All right, let's see. I tell you all about the black games that we play. I have Bid Wish. Bid Wish, you know how to play that?
I never heard of that one.
Cancun, all those games we played back in the day of growing up. So this is how it connects. That's how it connects. I talk about the cookout. Everybody has a family cookout. It's like a family reunion and stuff. So, and they're all black people. They're all black characters, and it talks about the Lord too. I talk about the Lord. Stay with the Lord with the book. Yeah, it's history. It's history for my family.
Tell people the process it takes to become a published author. Break that down a bit.
Okay, so like I said, my family have a publishing company called Extreme Overflow Publishing. You have to have a publisher, but you have to have a book to get published. So because I'm a creative type person, I write things down. I think that's part of my mental strategy for my mental health too. I write stories about my family, about my life. And because I have a publisher and a publishing company in the family, close family, I asked them if I could publish the book, if they would publish my book. They published Poppin Beans for me, going through all these formal processes because I'm family. But
tell them the formal process though. Give them a little bit of the process.
The second book that I published was not with family, and it was another company, and they had a sale on the Facebook page during the Christmas season, and you have to pay whatever they deposit they need you to pay. Again, you got to have a manuscript. You give them the manuscript, and they look it over, and if it's acceptable to them to publish, they'll say, okay, we can do it. This publishing company was sort of like a self-publishing. I didn't self-publish, but they help you, so it's cheaper. So you upload pictures, and they'll fit it into where it's supposed to be in the book. Then they review it, and then they send you back a final draft. You sign off on it, you pay the rest of the down payment, and voila. They'll upload it to Amazon.com. They'll send you your copy. and doesn't take too long. This book was a labor of love. This lady in the back is a pastor, Tammy Vaughn. There's about 6 or 7 volumes of Destined to Win, and every week she paired us with another woman. So I was paired with Lisa, and we would discuss what our book was gonna be about. But every week the whole team would meet. It was like 13, 14 weeks. We'd talk about the book, talk about the process, and there's a team. Talk about Black women are divine. These team of women, Black women, they were awesome, and they carried us through this whole book. And the name of this, Shiro Publishers. So I've actually worked with 4 different publishers on my books, and I have another book I'm writing, but I'm not sure what I want to write about. I think I want to write about OG and my uncles and aunts, all 12 of them, and I always have some. They're all themed, sort of like family themed books. I want to do a autobiography. But like I said, you get a publisher. If you know anybody who wants to write a book, just send them my way. I give you my publishing.
I want to write a book about my life story myself, but
yeah,
I want to start from the beginning all the way into this age I am now. I don't want to make it a short story book. Yeah. I want to really go in depth.
Yeah,
and really give a lot, but also inspire at the same time.
I also went to a writing loft. There was a little loft up in the woods somewhere. I don't know if I can find anything, it seems. I went to a writing loft. So all the writers sit around the table and you share your manuscript with each other, and they critique your manuscript for you. Okay. And so that's another way of getting into it, And the thing about it, I got all my books in the libraries. I know librarians. I didn't tell you that I went to library school.
No, you didn't.
I went to a paraprofessional librarian. Yeah.
Oh.
I
round of applause for all of these hats Nana wear out here.
And I even did a Barnes and Noble. Did you hear of Barnes and Nobles? I did a book signing.
Yes, I know about Barnes and Noble.
So I've helped a lot of authors get published because I just send them to my publisher. At least 2 or 3 people get published, and I get a kickback from that. So if I give you the publisher, just write your story. I'll send you Yolanda, and you start. You gotta write. You gotta write first. Because I want to do another book, but I haven't. I think I have writer's block. I don't know why, but I gotta write. So gotta have something you want to really write about. If you're passionate about it, you know what I mean.
Let's talk about youth programs for the last 5 minutes.
No.
You host programs in libraries for families and children. Why are libraries so important in community education?
That's the hub. That's where all the information is. That's where when you go to a library, it's a whole world opens up to you. A librarian is the best job to me in the world because you can create any program about any subject. I did a program about Black Boston. I have an uncle who's a photographer. We did a photography exhibit. So, libraries just open up the whole world. And Jesse Jackson, he started, he wanted to go to a library, and they threw him out because he was Black, because he was in segregated South. So he came back a year later with his friends, and they integrated the library. That's part of his story. That was his first, his first thing. So libraries, it just has all kinds of information,
Yeah. All right. So, yes, it did. So, how can books help children deal with emotional struggles or identity issues?
I have a book that a friend of mine in Natick, or associate, I just met her. It's called "What's the Weather Inside of You?" And she's a licensed social worker. She's also one of the divine women of Black Lives Matter, and she's talks about how the weather inside of you is like your emotions, like you're stormy, you're sunny, and you express them. And then she talks about how love is the bond that can hold you together. And then you got the wheel. You got the wheel with all the different emotions on it. It's a book. It's an African American woman. She's a single mom. She went through a divorce, but she's a licensed psychologist. So I read the book just for me. There's activities to it. Helps me. In terms of identity issues, I guess you could read a book about it. You could read a book about identity issues. That could help. You could go to seminars and talk to people, other people, find out their viewpoints about things like that. Just be open to it, open.
Yeah. I agree. I think, you should get as much information as you can. But, having people there and in place to help you when you're going through identity crisis or any issues, it's always good to talk to someone.
Yeah, get therapy.
The reading part does help.
Yeah.
But being able to get it out is the thing that helps most.
Find someone you trust, like an adult you can talk to. I always think that, sometimes people can't talk to their moms. And I always encourage, I'm glad that my daughter has a older aunt she could talk to, or someone like in her life that she can, a really older aunt. You need to have a trusted individual in your life that you can share with. I have OG, I talk to OG a lot. I have different people in my life. Just have a big family. For instance, now I'm going to say goodbye to one of my cousins who's moving to San Antonio, Texas. And we just found out, but he's OG's grandson's moving with his family. So when I get off of here, I'm going over to their house to say goodbye, So there's always somebody in the family you can talk to. You just have to pray too. Find a way to pray through things and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
They won't let me be an OG. Why won't they let me be? I'm a BOG, they said, a baby OG. When am I going to get my OG status? I want to get OG status. Could you kind of start a petition for Nana to get OG status?
She said, make a petition.
Well, they gave OG has the OG.
She said she an OG.
Yeah, OG came in. Yeah, OG came in. OG Linda comes into Black Roots Grassroots, right? I just invited her. Come on, come on with me. I need somebody. And she got the banner. She looked like, how Baba Keely has his thing. She got one of them too. She got Divine. She got Black woman. I don't even know how to do that. I can't.
She said she got help on her. You got to ask somebody, Nana. Come on, Nana.
I'm gonna get my stuff together.
It just takes time. That's all. But to do that part is very easy. That's I can't give you that information on here because that's really about our meetings and stuff. So I'm not going to say that on here.
I'll figure it out. I know how to do it, but I guess it's because we got one OG. You can only have one OG at a time per chapter. Is it? Can I? She's OG.
No.
I'm BOG.
No, that's not correct. You can have as many as you want. That's why I keep making this explosion sound.
But I'm BOG. Baby OG.
To the younger generations, to the generation under me, I'm an OG.
Okay. All right. I got you. You're a BOG to me, a baby OG.
I'm a baby OG. I'll take that. Yeah. And you know what? With that, I'll rest with a gong. Baby OG is here.
How long have you been doing this show?
Huh?
How long have you been doing your show?
I've been doing this show since 2023.
And how can I find more
23.
of your episodes? I want to watch some more.
So I haven't even been doing it that long.
I want to watch some more of some of your shows. How can I? Do you have like a way I can subscribe to podcasts?
Yeah, you can subscribe to my YouTube.
Yeah.
And people, by the way, let me give myself a solo cam for a second. People, subscribe. Hit subscribe. I'm past 500 subscribers. Thank you so much. Over 80,000 views now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for people all over the world that are tuning in. I love you guys so much. This mental health journey is very important to me. And I love that I get to share information with you guys and have conversations like Nana. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to give a gong for that. Peace, love, and tranquility. All right. So, Nana, is there anything else that you want to say to the people before we get off?
Nope. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Down with dope, up with hope. Stay blessed and rest. Because you're too blessed to be stressed. And with that,
I can't hear you. Hold on.
You're too blessed to be stressed.
That's not you, doesn't it? There you
go. Oh, yes. I want to tell everybody that I have a YouTube channel. I do a TV show called Keeping It Real. I just interviewed Uncle Selwyn, who's the uncle to George Floyd, the late George Floyd. He was very, very good. It was a healing thing for me. I recommend people get on my YouTube channel. It's Native for Black Lives Matter or Boston Metro Grassroots, and you can see all my episodes of Keeping It Real. One day, I hope to turn the tables and have Brother Tig on my show. Hey, like that?
Hey, I'm down.
All right. And we'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Hey, Nana, stay on a second before we hang up. I got some comments coming in. I had a few comments. It was just one. Romeo the Band says, thank you for this interview.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know we were live. I thought you were taping this.
Oh, yes, we were live. We live.
Oh,
I edit as I go along and everything,
Oh, my God.
Well, it's all good, Nana.
If you're in Boston, you can join Boston Metro Grassroots. Come on. I'll give you my email, Deborah Mitchell 25@gmail.com. Or you could, that's it. That's all I got to say. I'm tired.
Hey, once again, Nana, it was awesome having you here. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for the love, as always. And, I'm just a telephone call away. Anytime you need anything, you want to talk about anything, you can always hit my phone up. I'm always there.
I think I got a new nephew.
That's right. So, also, I'm going to say this was awesome. And in the spirit of Black Women Are Divine, thank you for all that you do for your communities in Boston, the women and the men as well. Thank you. Keep shining. Keep being a light. Keep using the light that God gives you, because it all comes from the Lord,
Amen.
So continue to be great out here. I celebrate you, and I hope the rest of your community and people celebrate you just as I do. You are an awesome person, and thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you, Brother Tig. I really appreciate it.
All right, so I'm going to end the show out, but stay on, and then we'll hang up after that. But stay on, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Folks, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode today. I did the episode a little early. You know, I'm usually on 9 p.m. Eastern. I did a little something different because I got something to do. So sometimes you got to adjust, adapt, and do things a different way. Once again, this your boy Tigmatic. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is Black Lives Matter. As always, this episode has been brought to you by Collywood TV, Collywood Radio, Dollar Radio, Going In Radio, www.damanibrand.com, and www.norshaydemoreboutique.com. Once again, it's your boy Tigmatic signing off. Peace.
What's up, y'all? Tune into the Pop Podcast with Tigmatic.
Radio for the Pop Podcast with your boy Tigmatic. Interview.
Pop Podcast, stirring the pot.
So tune into the Pop Podcast with Tigmatic on Collywood TV.
Tune in to the Pop Podcast, my boy Tigmatic.
And Going In Radio. You might get some good music and some knowledge.